Hey, welcome back to the Virgo channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Virgo. Know that energy is fluid, so roles could be reversed. Always interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also, know on this channel, I like to look at everything, but I definitely take a lot more time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play out as karmic themes within your experiences. So you have to keep that in mind when listening. Also, if you're new to my channel, anything of any importance or relevance to the channel, you can find in the description box. You could also find my other YouTube channel links, my website link, my Patreon link that has my shadow healing coaching program and all that good stuff. Also, the word of the video. Now, right now, I'm not pulling anyone for the word of the video just because I'm already really behind because again, as a lot of you guys know, I'm in the midst of going through like a transition. Uh, my husband's health is not good. And so the focus is that. So I do try and come on as often as I can, but where really took a turn for the not so good yesterday. So I'm like don't want to promise and then just not deliver. So I'm just putting it on hold for a little while. I will pick all those people that have said the word of the day last million videos that I haven't gotten to. I will get to you guys. Now, I want to just jump right on in today. We're going to see what the word of the video is, and the underlying word of the video is anger. It's anger. I feel like Virgo, I don't even feel like you're angry. I feel like you're just in a place like you're kind of like numb from that person. You're like, I don't even know what to like, you're at a loss. Like I feel like the person that's connected to you is angry and they're really angry about their life. They're more angry at themselves. However, they're angry at everybody because they feel like everybody's life is better than theirs. They feel like no one understands them, no one gets them, and they're also mad at, I feel like they misjudged you. They expected you to, come catering, come fix it for them. And I feel like you're someone that tends to be very empathetic. You tend to always have a listening ear. You're more of a deep person. When you talk to this person, there was like friendship more than anything else because you wouldn't really talk about anything else because it's not like this person was really offering anything. I feel like they were coming in and out of your life, but never really offering anything. But during that time, they thought that they built up a relationship with you. Now, I think that you feel the same way, but they've never been there for you either. And you've gone through a lot of different things. So it's almost like you're giving back to this person. And I feel like they invested in the wrong person, and that wrong person is a taker. And that's the thing. This person is a taker too. They just know that you're not a taker, that you would have been a giver. And so I feel like, again, they're more angry at themselves, but they're also angry at everybody because they perceive that everybody else's life is better. No one understands them. You don't understand them. The karmic doesn't understand them. Life doesn't. So they're just, again, angry. So that's the underlining energy. Now, we always want to know what the underlining energy is because we want to know why everybody does what they do. When you're dealing with shadows, people aren't coming from their truth. They're creating illusions, facades to make you perceive something that really isn't true. And if you're not intuitive and you're going to be nervous and you're low vibe and you're continually stalking, which is, I don't even feel like that's you, Virgo. I feel like you got to a point where you're like, I'm numb. I don't expect anything at this point. That's your energy. That's why this person's also mad because you're like, there's no fight in you. There's no, let me try and work it out. Let me try and fix it. Like this person perceived that you were going to be that way. Like, let me fix it. Let me fix you. And that's not they never took the time to get to know you to even perceive that. It's just that you're genuine. And that's the thing. It's like when you only hang out with lower hanging fruit, you begin to think that everybody is like that. And you begin to elevate your ego because look, these people that you're dealing with are not investing in themselves. I mean, this person's motive was never to really give anybody anything. It's all about them. So I feel like they got together with a person that's exactly like them. And now they don't like it. And so again, it's almost like a narcissist that didn't get their way, like a person that doesn't get their way, but it's that narcissism because that anger is really a self-hatred. And it's a anger at life because when you hate yourself, you can't manifest anything good for long periods of time. And you're a magnet of what comes into your life. So you might say, well, then why did I attract that? Unfortunately, if you don't love yourself enough, if you don't value yourself enough, there's only two energies, love and fear. So it's not that you hate yourself, but giving a person that never was giving you anything priority, this person felt it. They felt pretty confident in the fact that they figured that you were going to do for them, that you were going to give to them. This person doesn't respect that. They don't. They'll be the first to disrespect you and then, walk away from you because you don't respect yourself. That it's an irony thing. The only way that the person is going to learn is to do what you did, which was to walk away, but understand that hurts. So we're going to see what they did, but I'm pretty much sure it's not going to be good, obviously, because I think that this person isn't a good person. Again, they were nothing but dishonest with you. They had somebody on the side the whole time. And if it's not just one person, they talk to a lot of different people. This person disguises themselves as if they're always single. Even if they're in a relationship, which means they'll post on their social media as if they're single. They go out to dinner often as if they're single. They go out, like they might ask a friend once in a while, but they don't have a problem going to a diner by themselves and eating, is what I'm saying. Where people that are in a relationship, they usually say, I'm going to be home by 5 o'clock. You want to get a bite to eat? There would be. So again, people deal with this person and there's no emotion. You can feel that they're really not with anyone. But meanwhile, they're with someone. They're emotionally detached from that person. They don't love that person. They feel obligated to that person. They may love that person as far as love that person for what they do for me. And now it's more of a comfortability. It's more of you're with someone for long periods of time, you get comfortable, you make memories, you are going to have some sort of nostalgia, but it's not, there's no passion. There was not if you're living removed, from yourself and you're pretending to be single and people are feeling like you're single because again, there's no emotional connection. And that's really what it is. When you met this person, you didn't feel like they had an emotional connection. And I feel like you search to look, like everybody tends to, like, again, pick up on intuitively and when someone's with someone, and that wasn't the case, but they were dishonest. And it's because they're able to detach from themselves. Many narcissists can. That's why you're like, how come they don't feel what they did to me? How come they don't feel? They do feel, but they'll suppress it a lot of times with alcohol, with substances, or another person, use avoidance. They'll, whether it's drugs, a person, overworking, overdoing, something to escape. And also they get angry. They don't feel bad. They get angry. It's like, how dare you show me what's underneath my fucking mask? So that's why the anger. because it's almost like you showed them what was underneath the mask and you walked away, which was not what this person intended. They thought that you were going to come in and be the fixer and be the healer and the doer. And you're like, no, I saw right through your dishonesty. It's like maybe you didn't see that they were with the person, but you're playing games. You're not giving me anything. So if you're doing all that to play all these games to not give me anything, clearly you doing something. You're doing something. My discernment, the Holy Spirit, the discernment is telling me that there's something up here. And the thing is, you're so far away from me because you don't want to get too close, because you don't want to emotionally build that bond with me. So it was easy for you to see what this person was doing because you're not lower hanging fruit. You actually do have other things in your life. So again, resentment, it's like I feel like you were like you're wasting my time, like you're toying with me. Like it's again, you pretend to care, but you don't care. You only care about yourself. So because you want me to sit there and invest in you, but you never think about my feelings. You never think about anybody except for yourself. And I know that you're like have other people on the side. It's like you're not giving me anything. Almost like you want me to be a dog and like beg. And you're gonna throw me like a niblet once in a while. Like I don't know. It's like, but it's not, it's clearly not enough. And you look like an asshole at this point because I can see that you're dishonest. It's like, I don't know who you're dealing with. It's like you're not even doing it well. Like, if you're going to be a player, then really be a player. Like, players don't make it so obvious. Like, you're deliberately making it obvious that you don't really want to be in a relationship with me because you dangle a little carrot once in a while in front of me. Like, this is your perception. When meanwhile, the whole time it's like you did have feelings for them. It's like, I do have feelings for you. You don't have to do all that either. So you want what you want, but you don't really want anything to having to do with me either because you're not giving me anything. It's like, and it's like you're acting as if like like if you get close to me, like I'm gonna trap you, when really it's like this person tends to always feel trapped in their relationships. And I feel like you just knew too, if you're gonna keep giving to this person, that the more that you give, the bigger hole in your heart. That's really what it is. The more time, energy, focus, and money, your personal resources that you give to another human being, and that human being disrespects you, walks away from you, that's what psychological trauma a lot of times is caused from. It's caused from the fact that that person's making you feel not worthy, not good enough, especially if you're giving everything. And a lot of times we grow up in environments where we can perceive that our parents felt that way about ourselves. Like, oh, we're not good enough. We didn't make the mark. Because a lot of times our parents try to live through us. They want only the best for us. However, the way that they try to support that vision a lot of times is not productive. It's exactly causes harm. But it wasn't, the intention wasn't to cause harm. That's why God only looks at intention, doesn't look at anything else. So again, it's like, it's not wrong when it comes from the heart. However, there can be psychological trauma where you feel like, well, I always felt like my parent felt like I wasn't good enough. Why was that? Because I didn't do well in school, because I didn't, whatever the reason was. And so that trauma will play out in relationships as abandonment. Well, or again, someone like acting like they don't care, someone that's emotionally not not intelligent. First of all, this person's emotionally not intelligent because the person doesn't do all this if they're emotionally intelligent. And they definitely don't cheat. And they definitely don't play games where they only get so close and expect that person to run and give them everything in order for them to really have awareness to that person has feelings for them. No matter what you would give that person, they would never feel that it was enough. And that's narcissism. And it's because that person needs to do healing. So they'll always have commitment issues. But the thing is, you'll always feel trapped with a person like that because they wear away at your self-esteem. And that's why you were like, oh no, I'm not sticking around for this. The writing's on the wall. The writing's on the wall. It would be so grossly out of balance where I would, again, this is you. I would be giving everything. That's how you would feel. I would be giving everything. And so you were like, I left because they weren't really giving me anything. And you were pretty like adamant about it. I don't really even we need to now say, okay, what does this person feel about you? Because that story was pretty much straight to the point. Like, I don't need to like do anymore. Person was lying, like you found out that they were, and thank God you didn't give them anything. So of course they have mud on their face because I feel like again, there was somebody that they chose the wrong person. So again, I feel like you wouldn't be with this person physically. You wouldn't like feed their ego and somebody else was. However, that person kind of trapped them. So what they were afraid that was going to happen to you, what they were afraid that you were going to do rather was what I feel like that person that they cheated with did to them. So that's the irony on top of it, because the wound that they have is trapped. So the focus is on being trapped, even though they're trying to make sure that they're not trapped. And I feel like it's because you had rules right to begin with, and the people that they tend to deal with that are on a low vibe go in and they don't have any rules. They connect with them physically, and then once they connect with them physically, that's when they tend to do damage. And that's why this person doesn't trust relationships, but really they're the person not to trust. These feelings overwhelm me and I become afraid. Sometimes I even run away from you because of it, which we clearly know that. It's like, again, that's why I'm saying that they wouldn't get that close to you. So it's not that you didn't have intuition, you had intuition. You didn't like what you saw. I think that, again, you fell in love with the version that they showed you, but that version of them doesn't really exist. And that's really what, like, you were seeing. You're like, that's not even you. Like that person, and it's like you don't even get that close to me. So you were obviously, when someone's not giving you anything, you're going to intuitively look for answers. You're going to want to know, and because you're getting a vibe, you're doing something. I I've been learning about twin flames and it feels right. So it's again, it's like I said, I felt like this person feels like they chose the wrong person. That's only because they're in a shit place now. But they left and they were with somebody that they could be physical with. They left to be with lower hanging fruit because they didn't have to put any effort, energy, and hoping that that would scare you, that you would come running in and try and fix the relationship. And that's not what happened. Being mirrors for each other makes self-love so important. I wish I was there for you, but if I'm not, I want you to love and nurture yourself. Like this person, like I said, it's almost like I feel like there was always a connection because karmic mates, you do have a connection, and we just don't know that we're karmic mates. And I feel like this person was very attracted to you. And like you said, they're in a place now where they're trapped with somebody else and they're fantasizing. They're fantasizing. Again, they feel as if they chose the wrong person. So that's why they're like, they know they're not there, you know? And it's like they're not there for you. So they're like, and they can clearly see that you're like, I'm over it because you didn't give me anything. You were over there. You refused to like get to know me. You fought me on even getting to know me. You kept trying to sell me this version of yourself that was an asshole. Like it was so like again, which is how a person gets in their own way when they again don't love themselves, when they're a narcissist. It's like they the insecurity, it'll come out as self-righteous, it'll come out as arrogant. And that's what this person was in the beginning. They did it all by being really dishonest because listen, they're connected to somebody that has control over their life. So that ruins the narcissist. The narcissist is what wants to be in control of someone's life, not the other way around. They chose the wrong person. They wound up with someone just like them. It's like that's 10 steps ahead of them. And that's the irony. And that's why this person, again, feels trapped. I feel like you knew if you wound up with this person that you would be trapped. And this is like almost like karma. And this person, you know what I feel like? I feel like this person thinks that you did this. Feels like you did this. Like there was a sense that they fucked with you, and because they fucked with you, that their life got ruined. I think you're beautiful inside and out. I can see the light that radiates from your soul. Oh yeah, this person sees the difference between you and the person that they're with. For sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. It's like every second, every day, like the regret, big time regret, being like, because you just walked away. This person, I feel like this person was a Jezebel. This person literally was a Jezebel. Like she came in and it was all like with the body and with the, talking dirty and talking like, and very aggressive, and sold this person a pipe dream and then got in there. And then once they got him, hook, line, and sinker, it's almost like they got into their money, they got into their other things that it's impossible for this person to like almost get out of the situation. And so, of course, they're like, think you're beautiful inside and out because they see the difference. But this person was vibrating at such a low vibrational frequency in how they were treating other people and what they were gonna do to you. Like they would have been with you and like whoever else, and giving you breadcrumbs. This is how this person perceived you. But I think they didn't perceive you when you're talking to a lot of other people. You're not giving emotionally, it's more of an addictive thing. And it's an addiction because this person feels like shit about themselves. So it's almost like they're an energy vampire. They need that constant energy, that constant spotlight, that constant, nurturing, because they don't do it for themselves. They don't know how to do it for themselves. They don't like themselves enough to do it for themselves. That's why a person like this goes around doing what they do. Like I long for your kisses and your touch. So again, this person regrets, and again now they're like, oh, I want to be there. But I feel like that karmic has them, and they're like, and they don't know what to do. I see they're up in their head, they're escaping. So I feel like the karmic is really fucking pissed off because they also thought, well, I'm going to keep you here you'll eventually get over whoever else you're talking to, and you'll just give back into me because at one time we had something. So you'll eventually give me fucking everything. And that's not what happened. This person is like emotionally checked out. They're like, they're they the lights are home, but the lights are on, but no one's home. It's like the person's there, but they're not there. So they're not doing anything. They're not, going, taking them out to dinner. They're not going anywhere. They're not doing anything. They're not doing, if they had kids together, they're not doing anything with the kids. They're not doing anything. They're not cleaning the house. They're not doing anything. They're just laying around, like, and then not really being there, going in and out, might staying at friends' house, just avoiding. And so where this person's like, I won, but I didn't win because this person, even though now I have control over bank accounts, I have control over everything, you know, I can't, like, you're not really giving anything to me. You're not giving anything to me. Like, and this is not really what I want. I don't want to be in a connection with somebody that doesn't emotionally give to me. I want everything. This person just thought that they were gonna make somebody give them everything. Where it's like, I don't give a fuck who the hell you have feelings for, who else you're talking to. It's me. If you're fucking with me, that's all that you're gonna be, and I'm gonna make sure that that's the way that it's gonna be. So that's why your person feels trapped, because they're like, I don't want. So right now, it's like they're contemplating on how to get out. It's again, and what they're seeing the time is like, how did I get here? So we see like again a lot of like reflection of how did I get here, and seeing that there's a lot of inner child healing. Like they really need that inner child healing, but the contemplation of what else do I want? Because I don't want this. So there's nothing like being put in a really shitty situation that makes you think to yourself, what do I want to do in this situation? And it's like, well, this person knows that they don't want to stay there, but they're upset. They're upset because of their life. So they're also, like I said, it's a time where they're I feel like more in, like they're no longer angry. They're now in a place of almost like devastation because it feels like I can't live this way with this person controlling my life. So both the karmic and them actually feel the same way. Like this connection is over. It's been over. I don't want to be here anymore. The karmic is more like really fucking angry because they're the ones that are like, you've been living off me. So I've been like, you know, I might have won, but you've been using my money, eating my food, doing everything, and I'm not getting anything because you're not giving me anything. Like before, you used to give me at least. It's so I could pretend that we had something. Now I'm not getting anything. It's just square in my face that you're here, but you've decided that you don't want to be with me. And this person, like I said, thought that they were gonna like snuff you out. And I think that is because this person always did have a connection to you, but the way that they navigate their life, they don't get into good relationships. So they assume that you would be like everybody else. Yeah, and what's going to happen is what I feel like is you're going to get some sort of recognition. There's going to be some kind of success, like things that's going to start happening for you. So this person, like I feel like sold them a pipe dream about who they were too. I feel like they were like, I have a lot of money at one point, or that they were getting an inheritance or something, and that never happened. So, like I said, the same type of person that the person that you're connected to, they connected to someone that's exactly like them. That's a liar, that created an illusion, and none of that is true. None of it. And so they're with this person that has just full control over their life. And here it is, you're gonna get recognition, something again. So if you're in your career right now, You're going to get either an award, you're either going to get a promotion, you're going to get something that's going to raise your vibration even higher than what it is. Because right now it's higher, much higher than this person's energy, but even almost higher. And this person can feel it. And they can feel it, which means that they can feel like you're gonna slip away. You're gonna like you're not gonna be in their life anymore because they haven't given you anything. They didn't treat you right. They're connected to some asshole that they don't even want to be with. So they're like miserable. That's why they're like everybody else has a happy life. Everybody else like which for me. Which I feel like this person, I don't know what this person thought, whether they were that you were gonna fight this person for it to be with them, whether you're gonna manipulate the situation so that you were gonna create all this drama so that the person that they were with wouldn't like have as much power. I don't know. Like I feel like this person has created triangles a lot. I don't get the feeling, you know, I I get the feeling rather that this person has created a lot of drama with this one person that they wind up being trapped in with. So it's somebody that they've had a long-term relationship on, off, and it's extremely toxic. It's extremely toxic. It's a trauma bond relationship. So something's happening to you, you're gonna slip away, and that's why they're like, it's time for action. I don't So this person's going to approach you. They're going to approach you because they're like, although you're slipping away, so they're trying to figure out. So I felt like they were contemplating, they were scheming. So, but they're still connected to this karmic. So be careful. Be very careful. Because then it becomes all about that. It becomes all about like this person uh this person's coming in to try and kind of change the narrative of actually what happened, and but it's not. I feel like there's a sense of hoping hoping to again that to to create some sort of, I want to say, discord within your life. I want to say like create some sort of, but almost like they don't know how to approach you. So, but they want to approach you. They want to see you. They want to. So I almost feel like this person wants to like bump into you and create some sort of discord, some sort of, again, to make it look like you're the bad guy because they don't want to apologize because they still are not ready to do anything with that karmic. It's like they're not happy in their situation, but they don't know how to get out of their situation. So it's almost like they what they really would like is to come in and be like, hey, I have feelings for you, and you give me another chance and be honest. But this person is not strong enough to do that. So they deciding to come up with this concoction to run into you and create some discord to change the narrative that you're the bad guy so that you're triggered, so that you'll at least start talking, that maybe you'll at least talking, and then this way maybe you'll just be happy to see them, and then this way they can read to see where you are, which you say this person would do all this crazy shit. Yeah, it's called low vibration. This person strategizes, and they strategize because it's not coming from their heart. They're not coming from their higher self. They're trying to manipulate and control the situation, literally. So we see it, right? They're trying to control, they're trying to change the narrative by, again, do a mind game to like create like a problem. So you get triggered so that you start talking to them. So they're gonna act like they've changed. They're not changed at all, is what I'm saying, is that they know that it's time to do something. is that they don't know what to do, because I don't think this person's ever apologized, and they've never been put in this position. I think that they've been put in positions with people that they couldn't get rid of that are low vibe, but they've never been put in a position where they've had to come back and apologize and change their behavior and have someone else control them at the same time and ruin their life. It's almost like the dynamic of this situation is what's making this person like, look, and I'm not saying that you should be with this person. What I'm saying is that's what's making this person all of a sudden be like, I want to come back. But we still see them navigating at such a very low vibrational frequency. Like, again, because they have so much karma, right? They have so much karma. And but really it's all for them to really learn about Dharma, which is like Dharma is what the higher self, like about God. It's about your why we're here. That, this person, like, I feel like wants to create issue with you, but that's not really what's going to happen. What's going to happen is that you're like, well, I don't really want to be in a relationship with you. And I don't really want to be in a relationship with you because you haven't been here for me. And because you haven't been here for me, and there's nothing I can do, there's nothing that I can do, for you. It's like, you're not going to be mad. I feel like that's what this person is living right now. It's like they're going to come rushing in trying to start an argument with you, to literally start a fight. But I feel like you haven't been doing anything wrong. So their karma is the fact that you're like, I don't want to be with you. This person has to see that there's consequences for, playing everyone, trying to play everyone. But we always ask the universe, why did you attract this person into your life? Because you're a mirror of who, what comes into your life. What were you supposed to learn? Because we see that this person's learning right now. They're in an uncomfortable place, and that's what they're learning because of what they did. Also, for taking you for granted, assuming that you were just gonna be there after choosing the wrong person, trying to come running in, whatever they would say would never be really good enough. But they weren't even coming in that good. So we see this that fell out, time and attention. These are the inner child wounds, because you have to say, why did you attract this person? You're a mirror of whom what comes into your life. So this person didn't give you any time and attention. Lies and secrecy. So you might have been brought up in an environment where, there was a lot of family karma. So there might have been alcoholism, there might have been drug addiction, there might have been, lower, like a lower vibe character traits such as addictions. Someone might have been in jail. They could, again, and something that you wouldn't really want everybody to know about, right? So it would be seen as a secret, but then that keeping that secret, you would always have to lie and create an illusion or feel as if you're creating illusion. And so not really knowing who you are, because again, when we lie and have secrets, well, that's energy that isn't going to, other things. Then we're holding on to just energy that is unnecessary. So it's also, why are we lying? Well, we're protecting our family. There's a loyalty. So there's also a love. And it's again, then we become that, even though that isn't really anything, if that makes sense. It's so there's a sense of no time and attention because of all this family karma. So again, you could have been brought up with in a divorce. It didn't need to be even major. It could be, I'm not gonna, share about what's going on at home. My family doesn't want us to talk about what goes on at home. That's private. There's a loyalty there. And like I said, when we are so protecting that element, we're not going out and creating ourselves. We're not feeling that comfortable just to allow just anyone into our home and our house. And also, if we always have to lie and create secrets, we're always creating illusions of who we want people to think that we are instead of who we truly are. And that's why I said that energy should be energy that we're creating with, being channeled into other areas of life. And vulnerability, not being able to be vulnerable, not being able to express your feelings and emotions in a safe place. So again, you got connected to a person that didn't give you, again, time and attention, did nothing but have lies and secrets, and you were definitely not allowed to be vulnerable. But they expected you to be vulnerable. So to reparent that, you would obviously have to give yourself time and attention. And again, things that you feel like are lies, I feel like are just shadows. They're not really lies. They're just underdeveloped things. Someone can tell you who to be, but that's not who you are. So the time and the attention that you pour into yourself is when you discover who you are, because you'll be drawn to things. Your intuition leads to things that you love. And that allows you to be vulnerable because you connect on a deeper level. When you're able to be vulnerable, you're able to have intimacy. So I feel like you have a second chakra in balance. Intimacy is an issue, and it's about trust and learning to trust yourself. And that, because when you trust yourself, you have discernment, you're able to trust other people. That's really what it is. Or you know how much to trust other people, I should say. And so not being able to be vulnerable when really, again, when you give your time and attention to yourself, you know who you are. You're a lot more comfortable in in putting yourself in areas that you're going to be vulnerable. And spirit says vitality. I am a being of light. I accept the divine energy in my body, and every one of my cells regenerates. So that's just that you are God, because God is connected to you through spirit. I'm going to have to run. I love you all. Bye.